Welcome to the Seed Creative Podcast, the podcast where we discuss both video production and just life in general. The goal of this podcast is the same as the goal of our business, to make a difference in people's lives.
Hello and welcome to the Seed Creative Podcast. I'm your host, Nick Golden, and I have also my co-host, George Edmondson.
George Edmondson.
George, do you remember what this room is like?
So what is a podcast?
I mean, honestly, who even knows anymore?
I don't remember this at all. This is all strange and new and foreign to me. I'm just kidding.
Well, you know, Apple was kind of right about video podcasts because that's how they started, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, they had the video podcast is what they called it on iTunes. Like,
Vodcast?
I don't know if that's what they called it, but they called it video podcast. And then everybody was like, oh, but audio is the way to go. And then there was the trend that came back of video podcast later.
Interesting.
And now it's like we're starting from you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, no. So podcast started as Apple Video Podcast.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it's kind of weird that
Good job, Apple. Seeing the future.
they do that.
They do
They have
that.
the cheat codes.
Yeah.
So
Up, down, left, right, ABA, start.
why haven't we
Select.
been in here? Well, I've been in here, but you haven't been in here.
We have been beyond busy,
Yeah.
and that's why we just literally haven't had time to do a podcast, which really sucks because I remember when we first started this, you like looked me dead in the eye and you were like, all right, we have to make it a priority, George. Like, we have to set like times and we have to schedule times. And we did that for so long.
We did better than I expected.
We did better than
honestly.
I expected, but then it became like overwhelming to where almost it was almost like the podcast was, I'm not going to say a burden, because a burden is something that you don't want to do. And we did want to do it, but it became like a crap. Like, man.
Yeah, that's not. I'm trying to think of the word for it. Like
Yeah.
a task.
Yeah, like, I don't know. It's weird because we have always wanted to continue doing it and we want to do it. And we're like, crap, this would be a good podcast. But it's like we just literally, okay, I'll say this. It wasn't as much of a priority.
Yeah.
And like when your priorities get so, things start stacking up, it just gets pushed down to where it's like, well, we're not. I mean, we've made it like we do a pretty good job at saying like we come in at 9. I mean, I usually come in at 8, but for the most part, we come in at 9 and we leave at 5, or a lot of days, sometimes a little bit before 5. And we're not sitting up here till 7, 8, 9 p.m., you know, working like crazy. Like, we make that a priority.
Yeah, because we operate more efficient than like, I mean, I'm going to make this claim. I don't care.
Okay, I didn't tell him to make this claim.
I'm making this claim that we operate more efficient than anybody I've ever seen for the most part.
Wow.
I'm serious. Who could do the volume of work that we've done? No, so there's no proof because no one knows all the stuff we've done, which we're going to talk about. But like the volume of work we've done and the size of crew and the time constraint.
Yeah.
I was looking at the calendar before this. From the 1st of August until October, we averaged more than a shoot per day, including weekends.
more than a shoot, because there were multiple crews.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We averaged more than a shoot per day, basically.
I believe that.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Like, even including weekends.
Yeah.
Because that's how busy we were.
Yeah.
And there are 3 full-time people. Well, you plus the 3 of us. Wait, yeah. So
Yeah.
4
Yes.
total.
4 full-time,
Yeah.
and then folks that get sent out for things.
But what I'm saying is like the editing especially.
Poor Adam.
I
mean,
like, we could shoot that. Oh, we have time to shoot that. And then I think there's like a light bulb. We knew we had a lot to edit, but I think there was a light bulb that went off when we were on a trip for Sweet Tea Trio. Can we say that?
I think probably at this point.
You posted you were working with Kid Rock on Facebook.
Okay, all right.
I
sure.
think they could figure it's bigger name to drop his name.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I think it's fine at this point.
We were shooting for Sweet. By the time this comes out, it'll be January.
It should be fine.
Okay, so anyway,
we might not want to talk about CMT and stuff like that, but so don't talk about that stuff.
Okay, yeah, the country music television.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Okay, we wouldn't talk about that.
Okay.
I just want to let you know that at the end of the last podcast, you said, Apple, goodbye.
I'm still Apple goodbye.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm not gonna mention that. But you should watch his Facebook because he'll probably just randomly post it at some point. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, we're on the trip to shoot a country music video, which we're also going to talk about in a different episode. But I think we were like, we have to edit this at some point.
Oh yeah,
Because we were like, wait a minute, hold on. Okay, so we have a documentary that's due. Was it done by then?
no,
It wasn't done.
no, I don't think it was done.
I think it was close. I think it was like we were waiting.
It was
on,
still like up in the air.
It was like now that it's done.
Yeah.
We
feels
could say it was
crazy.
99.5% done at that
Sure.
point.
Yeah,
But we didn't know that.
Yeah.
It could have been like, hey, redo the whole.
Right.
Yeah.
We didn't. Nothing had been like officially approved.
We had Alabama Business Hall of Fame,
Okay.
which were 8 mini docs essentially.
Yeah, and not only that, but that probably was 20 shoots.
Oh yeah, easily.
because it was like we
2
were
and a
so
half
many
per or something like
locations. Yeah.
And then we were also shooting for Fox Factory.
Oh yeah, that was a lot.
And that was a lot, and that was
Yeah.
a new client for this year. A returning client for
Yeah.
this. Did that start this year? I think it started this
I
year.
think so.
Whatever.
I don't know.
Basically, like it really hit the roof this year, if not
Sure.
major videos for them, and much more that I'm probably forgetting. I mean, it was like we'd get in here at some days at like 8, shoot a podcast, and then in the afternoon, like shoot a podcast client, and
Yeah.
then go out. So anyway, long story short, we've been really busy.
I didn't even realize that makes total sense though. Like the averaged over a shoot per day.
Yeah.
And that's also like that crap has to be edited.
Yes.
So we were editing and Adam was editing and Adam had a baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Adam
Which
had a
is-
child.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is crazy.
It is crazy.
And he had his kid like basically.
At the worst time.
Yes.
Gosh,
Yeah.
Adam.
Yeah. It
Why
was.
would you do
crazy.
that to
There's been
us?
so much.
Think about someone else for a change. Adam.
That's all Adam does is think about other people. I
I-
feel like he's a
that
good
was the
guy.
joke.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Dude, why did we do this? No, it was it only felt like only the last like week of it was it like okay, that was a lot. Like,
It's weird. We all are really good at we put our head down and freaking power through.
and then we turn
And
around.
then at the end, we're like, holy, what did we just do? Like, what? So, I mean, we've talked about this in the podcast a tremendous amount of times, but we pride ourselves on trying to be like optimized.
Yeah.
Like being as efficient as we possibly can be in all aspects. We had a meeting yesterday with a client who we've had a few shoots for that have gone like for the most part really well. Like
Yeah.
they've gone and we were like, all right, so we're going to have a meeting on like making this process better and streamlining. And I had to make it clear. I was like, by the way, we're not saying this because we're like mad at you. Like y'all have been awesome.
Yeah.
We have loved it, like everything. Cause they were like, we thought everything was awesome. And
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
like, well, it was, but it could be better.
because and the reason it is because they're very much like a volume
Oh
client.
yeah. Oh yeah. Huge amounts of volume.
So like every little snag will pile up on the back
Yep.
end eventually.
Yep. And
So it's
so
like we're barely got through some of that. So
we're
yeah.
like looking at like ways to like cut out like 3 minutes of travel between like little spots to like little things like that.
which will end up by the end of the 3 days or whatever we're shooting be like save an entire pickup day, which will save them money and us time and make everything more efficient. Blah 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 blah.
Right. Gavin just texted me, by the way, and he was like, we're supposed to be in a meeting right now.
We're not.
But it got moved.
yeah.
It got moved. But see, that's how. Thank you, Gavin, for being like, "Hey, dude." Just. But yes, that is correct. It did get moved to tomorrow.
This is the meeting. No, I'm just kidding.
This is the meeting,
Good job. I like how he had a talkback mic and he texted you.
and he texted me. That's kind though, because he's
That is
thinking like,
kind.
I don't want to break your flow.
Yeah, that is
So-
kind, and it made me not have to edit it, which I don't want to have to do
Right.
because that's what all of this is optimized. To
Yeah,
do.
it's optimized, baby,
yeah. I got
optimized, baby.
I got to press a couple things and boom, good to go.
and we're done.
Yeah, which is why we're not gonna mess up this entire time, so I don't have to.
That
Edit.
sounds good to me. Don't edit junk. Don't
Edit.
edit boo.
Oh, so no matter what happens,
No matter what happens.
So
No
you-
matter what. Keep it all in.
okay, all right. From now on,
Hold on. What is this podcast about? Oh, being busy.
Yeah. Okay. So So what was the thing? All right. Let's do a little role play here for a second. I'm a random person that stopped by the studio
Oh
because
my
that happens all the
gosh,
time.
I'm so excited to talk about this.
All right,
Okay, keep
all right.
going.
I'm the random person that walks by the studio. And okay, and this is how you're sitting. You're like very focused editing. You're like locked in. It's gonna take at least 3 sentences to break you out of it.
At least.
Yeah. And even still, you're gonna say what? I'm sorry.
I don't know what you just said.
Yes.
Say it again.
So hey George, how are you doing today? George, hey.
Oh,
hey.
hi, random person I haven't seen in a year.
How have you guys been doing lately?
We're good, man. We're really busy right now.
Well, that's a good problem to have.
Punch.
That happened dozens of times, and I'm not exaggerating.
I've punched dozens of people,
and that's why we're not busy anymore.
Oh man, restraining orders. Anyway,
it takes longer to file than that.
No, I don't punch people, but okay. Here's my real reaction. Okay, say it again. Hey,
all right. Hey George, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys been doing?
We're good, man. We've been really busy.
You know what? Being busy is a good problem to have.
Yeah. All right, bye. We're busy.
Yeah.
Like, see ya.
It's fine.
I'm so rude. I'm just kidding. I'm not really mean to
Yeah,
people.
he's not. He gives him a tour of the studio, but it's funny because every time I hear the pain in your voice increased like 5%. And the last time, it's like, there's a Jerry Seinfeld bit. It's like wherever you rub yourself on your face is like how stressed you are. It's like, things are okay. Things are fine.
Yeah.
I gotta get out. I gotta get out of this.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
that's... Yeah.
All right, and this could be, and again, we're not editing anything out, but this could be some, and I'm gonna try to keep it tight for like Instagram reel kind of sound bites for you because I
That's
know
right.
you talked about.
Yeah, we did talk about
George, don't ramble, So
that. I do that.
all right.
So how does that make you feel?
So how does it make me feel whenever someone comes up and they're like, "Oh, you've been busy. That's a good problem to have." I completely understand what they're saying, and to a point, I agree. It's a good problem to have, but I need to make this super crystal clear. It is still a legitimate problem.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
It's not like, oh, you should be happy because you're so busy. It's weird because it's like, well, we're grateful that we're busy, but I'm not happy to be under constant stress and pressure.
Yeah.
From so many people depending on us to pull through and not only give them a great product, but do it on time. You see what I'm saying?
At the same time, because we get like calls at the same time. They never are spread out.
I mean, dude, I texted you on my way in. I'm like, hey, man, this guy's going to call you about some like podcast. It's like, it's non-stop. And again, I have to make this clear that this is in no way like some kind of a braggadocious, like, oh yeah, we're always busy. It's like, dude, we're always busy. Like this is a legitimate problem.
Yeah.
And again, I would rather be having the burden and problem of being busy than not, but it's still a problem. It's still a real thing that is very stressful.
I also would say we're really good at not turning people down. Like we did, but like if they are coming to us with a legitimate need that we can help and we can make it work,
Yeah.
we do it.
Yeah.
And that I feel like is
Yeah.
kind of uncommon.
It's very uncommon. So let me say this. I got this from my UPS days, but also Adam, because he's worked with me so much, that helps tremendously. But then also I think his experience, even in like working for the water company and dispatching and stuff, like logistics.
Jamming as many packages into the one.
Yes. Like logistics, like we're really good at.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, and if I'm wrong, tell me, I don't think we ever got in a situation where we accidentally double booked and couldn't cover it. I don't think we did. I think over the course of the year, I think there is one time we accidentally double booked, but we were able to say, hey, Seth, Reagan, or whoever, Jacob, whoever it was, are you able to cover this? And it worked. That I think there was only once that we did that and we didn't realize we had done it.
And it was like 2 weeks out when we realized. So it was like
yeah,
we
like
had
we had
time.
enough time to fix it.
Yeah, it wasn't like we realized the night before. We're like, oh crap, we're supposed to be here and there.
No, yeah, that doesn't happen.
That never happens.
I mean, Adam sends us a freaking spreadsheet every Monday.
Yeah.
Of like, here's the current projects, here's where we stand, this is done, this needs to happen, stuff like this is in the process, whatever.
It's funny because right now it feels like we're doing
nothing,
but we're doing the normal amount that we were doing before the craziness.
Before it got crazy.
Like we still delivered several videos this week.
I mean, I delivered a video yesterday for Motion VFX.
Yeah. We delivered stuff for Motion. We shot a bunch. We're shooting tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're shooting on Monday.
Isn't that weird?
But
it feels like we're not doing anything.
It's because we there were weeks at a time we didn't see The Office. We'd come in
at all.
We'd come in and be like, oh, we need a battery. All right, bye.
Yeah. It was like we weren't here to do anything.
Yeah. And it was like, oh, I guess we'll dump this footage.
And again, I wanna like make sure that we don't go overboard by just saying this over and over. And then it's like there's no like the listener isn't getting anything from this, so let's rein ourselves in a little.
Good point.
I think what Nick and I are doing is we're in the moment coming to a realization of how freaking busy we just were.
Yeah.
And we're now sitting in the podcast room all of a sudden because we can't take a break. So we're like, we've been so busy. All right, let's do a podcast now. So like it just fell right back into like we had all this stuff we've wanted to accomplish and we're just now getting to a point. So like Jacob's calling me right now asking about the shoot Monday.
Yeah, I guess a good piece of advice is let your relief be still be productive, because that's like what we do. I mean, the other day, the least productive day that we've had in the last 6 months was like 3 days ago, and we still
awesome.
went to Lowe's and looked for stuff.
Yeah,
and we talked about stuff. We did a social media planning thing. We edited 18 videos, even though they were little.
Oh yeah,
we still did stuff.
That's so weird.
And to us, we're like, wow, we're like slacking off this week, but we
lazy.
Delivered stuff.
We're being so lazy.
Also, I think you should call Jacob
right now
because since we're not editing stuff out.
Okay.
He texted me and he was.
Well, he texted me, but I just confirmed something for him. But
okay.
Let's put him on the podcast.
Okay.
All right. I'm calling him on speakerphone.
This may end up having to be cut out.
Yo.
What are you doing?
Driving back to a Vulcan Media shoot. What are you doing?
Sweet. Vulcan Media, Birmingham, Alabama. Good people. We are currently podcasting right now, and you're on the podcast.
Hi, Jacob.
Oh, sweet. Hi, guys.
So this podcast, we're talking about how busy Seed Creative has been over the past 2 or 3 months.
It has been so busy that I have made more money than I know what to do with.
Oh, hey, Jacob. I'm trying to buy a PS5 tomorrow. If you want to turn up with your credit card number, that would be great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a confirmation.
You're trying to buy something?
Jacob, could you confirm that this is probably the busiest Seed Creative has ever kept you in your career as a videographer?
I wouldn't say probably. This is personally the busiest I've ever been, and a lot of it has been Seed, and I'm just a small part of the projects that is going on in all of Seed. Like,
yeah.
I've been shooting a lot, but like you guys have been shooting like a ton of stuff.
So Nick did the math and he just informed me, and I didn't even realize this, that you said from August 1st.
Yes.
So the average from August 1st every day, and this is including weekends, Seed Creative has averaged over 1 shoot per day.
Yeah, I would believe that.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably like around 1.5.
Yeah.
Maybe a little less.
Something like that, yeah.
That's my final guess.
Yeah, but that's including Saturdays and Sundays.
Yeah.
So
which is wild.
It is wild. Anyway, that's all. I love you, Jacob.
Love you, Jacob.
Okay, I love you too.
All right.
I love everybody, Gavin and Adam, and I love everyone.
Good. We'll see you Monday. I'm ready to film some stuff for a COVID-19. I don't know if I should say their name. And we're not editing stuff out. I almost said their name. We're excited to shoot some scientific-y stuff on Monday.
Yes. Does our scientific model need to wear any scientific type clothing?
Yasmin.
That be provided by
Yasmin. Just tell her to wear something that if she were to wear a white lab coat over it, it wouldn't look weird.
So like a business professional kind
Yes.
of
Yeah.
attire.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
All right. And tell her thank you for modeling for us.
You're welcome.
All right.
I will
Bye-bye.
tell her that she is welcome. I don't know what I'm even saying. Goodbye.
Okay.
Enjoy your podcast.
See ya. Jacob's awesome.
What people are like, I waited 6 months for this.
This is the worst podcast ever. These guys are just venting about how they've been busy. Look, we don't take it for granted.
But-
we are very blessed.
I think we need to go back to why it's a problem
Okay.
a little bit, just
Okay.
to like clarify, because we were kind of saying it, but like the reason it's a problem is because we maxed ourselves out, I
Yeah.
think, and we started getting to the fringes of, we could see moments where it was like, if we do literally
Oh, yeah, we had to tell
one
people
thing
no.
one
Yeah.
thing more,
Yeah.
we're screwed.
Yeah, we had to tell people no, which is very rare for us.
Yeah.
But it was like, I hate doing that. And there were times, admittedly, where quality became an issue. Where we were moving so quickly, where we would miss little things that normally we wouldn't have missed, and that is a problem. So that's what I mean by that. Whenever we say it's a legitimate problem, is because we want to deliver and we want to do things quickly and as good as we can, and it's little things, and for the most part, like most clients would be like, oh hey, there's a typo in this, no big deal, just fix it, and we'd fix it, and to them, oh, that's like one single little mistake. But when we see it and it's across maybe 3 or 4 clients, we're like, dude, what the heck? Like, we can't let stuff like this go out. You know what I mean? And we all felt it.
Yeah, for sure.
And so we need to do better, but we need some sort of a quality control process, which we've been doing more of, where it's like, Nick will come to my computer and I'll go to his, and we'll watch each other's edits.
Yeah.
And then we'll be like, oh, hey, this is a weird transition or this or that. And so that's kind of our quality control,
Yeah.
That we've started putting in place.
And then it's like a really big video or something, we send it to people in like our groups.
Yeah, we'll
stuff
send
like
it to
that.
people,
Yeah.
or we'll go and watch it on the TV and the thing or whatever. So anyway,
I think a better way to say it is being busy isn't the problem. Being busy created problems.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And they're real, dude. Like, it's not this. I'm not trying to be like insensitive and like make people feel bad, because I understand where their heart is, but it's like, when you say like, oh, it's a good problem to have, it's like you don't really know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because it's almost offensive to me. Because I'm like, no. Like, this is
You didn't sleep the night before hearing this.
Oh,
yeah.
dude. Like, okay, let's talk about that. So, Motion VFX is, admittedly one of my favorite clients on the freaking planet.
They're sick. Yeah.
They're awesome. But, like, and I hope I don't get emotional about this, but I'm like, dude, there were times where I'm still awake at like 3:30 in the morning working on stuff, because I'm like, well, I want to give them my best.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to push this until later, and I'll do it. And that has worked well. And that's only happened like 2 times. But it got to that point where I was doing that, and I was like, I can't keep doing this. And so now we've fixed that. But it did get to where I was like, dude, you gotta figure something out. Like, we gotta tell people no. So we started doing that, and things have gotten better. So I don't want you to think that I'm doing that now.
So C Creative is closed. No, I'm just kidding.
C Creative is closed for the rest of the year.
Forever.
But dude, I've gotten tagged in multiple, and if people are listening to this, you can comment. I think it's called Wear Spot or something. It's called Wear Spot on Facebook. It's like a group. And I've been tagged in probably 5 or 6 things where like different random people be like, hey, gonna be in Birmingham, Alabama shooting this, gonna be in Tuscaloosa, and we get tagged in it. And I just have to say, like, we're booked for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Like, we can't.
We are. Like,
can't
seriously.
take things on.
Yeah, because we have so much stuff. We have like things that we're shooting for somebody. We have a set in a studio that we have to shoot still
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah.
And we have that. We have podcasts for some clients. We have a shoot on next Monday that's pretty big. Like, it's still busy.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. But again, we feel like we're not busy anymore.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah.
More or less.
Anyway, this is a really long-winded way to say this is why we haven't been podcasting. This is like the long-winded way of saying sorry.
And we're saying this episode will come out next year.
Oh, will it?
So this is November 10th when we're saying this because we're smart this time.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, we're gonna record like 8 to 10 episodes.
Okay.
Before the end of the year.
So it's been 2 months since this was recorded when people were hearing it.
Well, yeah, I figure
Almost.
we have the path for the rest of the year laid out at this
Okay.
point, which is why the next episode is going to be our top moments of the year. Even though the year isn't over yet,
We think
we know.
We know
Yeah.
what's going on. We know what's coming up.
Plus, usually the way, and you talk about this all the time, like usually it's like we're super freaking busy, and then like Thanksgiving hits, and we have like since we're off a week, like after that, it's like there's a bunch of stuff we got to catch up on, and then it's like everything stops.
Yeah.
It's like 2 weeks, 3 weeks into the year, it's like everything's done.
Hey, a business tip. We literally have a separate bank account just for this time of year that we put money into throughout the year so that when it slows down, like everything's we're good.
I didn't realize you had a separate bank account for that too. That's smart.
Dude, we have like 6 bank accounts.
Did not know
Christy's
that.
calling me.
Christy's
She's like,
calling.
stop talking about bank accounts.
She hears it. Well, we can't cut this out.
Oh, man.
Answer and say, hey, I'm recording the podcast. And then if she's just in despair, I will
All right,
wrap the
hold on.
podcast up.
Hey, we're currently recording a podcast. What's up?
He's talking to his wife right now.
Wait, do you want to talk on the podcast?
Wow, this would be
He
huge.
said no thank you. That would have been one of my favorite parts of the year, Nick.
Yeah, why didn't she just say
Okay.
that?
All right, love you.
Huh.
Bye.
Shout out to Christy.
Bro, she just hung up faster than Adam.
Whoa. Whoa. Shout out to Christy for dealing with all of us.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure she was very thoughtful. She got us a water bottle at one point, which I love and I use every day.
Yeah.
So, I sleep with it. That's half true. Actually, some nights, do you ever just go to bed thirsty? Like
Dude,
this is
I always have water on the
I do
side
too,
that-
but like for whatever reason lately, I've been like extra thirsty. So I've
Yeah.
been putting the green jug on my nightstand,
it's
and by
awesome.
in the middle of at the end of the night, it's like empty, and that's like a half gallon of water.
Yeah.
that's a lot of water.
Yeah, but it's
My kidneys are just like
that ice like stays in there for forever.
I know, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I love the water bottle. Do you use yours?
Yeah.
Gavin doesn't use his. Gavin doesn't drink water.
Gavin doesn't eat or drink anything.
Gavin, can you confirm how many glasses of water have you had today? Speak on the talkback mic.
I had a Powerade.
That's not water.
The Powerade's
It
not
was
what.
delicious.
It's closer though. He's
He said it
shout
was
out to
delicious.
Gavin. Every morning at the beginning of this year, he'd bring a soda or 2 sodas, and then he worked himself to be because he's like addicted almost.
Yeah.
Right. You can chime in if you want to. And then he started drinking Gatorade, which has sugar in it. Now he's drinking no sugar Gatorade and
Oh,
Powerade.
okay.
So like he's like he's trying to get himself out of the. That's better than I could do.
Yeah.
Because like
Water is so
I had
good,
to stop.
though.
Like I drank like I lost 60 pounds. We know this like for like a year ago, and I had to stop buying Mountain Dew for like a month.
Yeah.
because I was just like, if it's in my fridge, and I have a system now where I put one in the fridge at a time. So it's like if I drink it, I got to wait a whole
That's
time
a good,
for it to
that's a
get
good
cold.
idea. Yeah.
Anyway, that was a random into this.
Water is good though.
Water
This-
slaps.
dude, water is so like it's so good.
What's your favorite bottled water?
well,
It can be expensive. I just like, what is your favorite bottled water?
like legitimately, and Jacob hates me for this.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
Deer
Let's see.
Park.
Oh, that's what you're gonna say. I think you're gonna say Dasani.
No,
Dasani
I hate
is
Dasani.
terrible. Yeah.
Dasani's awful.
I mean,
So,
we love Dasani Coke that owns Tuscaloosa.
Buffalo Rock, homie. Like,
Oh yeah, that's
we're
right.
good.
That's right. Buffalo Rock's our client. I take it back. Dasani, we don't like you.
Unless you want to give us money, and then we love you.
You know what's funny is they gave Coke gives MDB, $1 Million Band waters for free.
Oh, really?
And I would be like sweating, like just dying for water, and I'd grab it, take a sip, and be like, I'd rather die. But I would drink it. It's so bad.
I love Deer Park, but I also love Evian. I think
Evian's really good.
Christy's an Evian person more, but I don't know. And see, Jacob says it tastes like you're drinking pond water.
No, I like
Deer Park.
Evian.
Well,
Oh,
Deer, Park.
Park.
I love Deer Park.
Is
dude.
that a Nestle product?
I don't know.
Okay, I think it's the local Nestle product. My personal all-time goat is water called Ozarka. You've probably never heard of it unless you bought some when you were in Oklahoma.
No.
It's like the regional Nestle water there,
Okay.
but they get it from like an Ozarka. It's called Ozarka, like I think it's a river or something. It's so good. It's so good. It slaps. Anyway, shout out to water. Shout out to Gavin for drinking.
Shout out to water.
Hey, that's my recommendation for this episode.
Drink water.
Drink water.
It's great.
Right now, I bet you're thirsty after talking about this. I'm literally thinking about my water.
Start your day. Peter McKinnon does this. Start your day just chugging like a freaking ton of water.
Will you just give me a reason to not? No, I'm kidding.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's
Start
okay.
your day drinking a ton of water. I think he drinks like a full, like one of those big Evians.
I mean, look at Tom Brady. We were talking about this yesterday. We talked about water yesterday too.
Did we?
I like Peter McKinnon.
Water
by
boy.
the way. And like I don't.
Have you ever seen the
hate
movie
him.
Waterboy?
No.
Stop the podcast.
Thanks for watching.
You got to edit that out, dude. Waterboy is such a funny movie.
Why do I have to edit that out?
No, I'm kidding. That was a joke.
Because we're not editing it.
I was like
out.
frustrated about you not. Whoa, Waterboy.
Who stars in it?
Adam Sandler.
Oh, it's Adams. See, I'm not. It might hurt you. I'm not really an Adam Sandler guy.
It doesn't matter because this
Really?
movie's so funny. Yeah.
Well-
What's her name is in it? Oh my gosh, she's
Water Girl.
No, she's in The Office. Dude,
Pam.
no.
Oh, here we go with The Office
the
again.
woman that I cannot believe I can't remember her name right now. I see her face. It's another one of those things.
Okay, who do
She's
they play?
She comes in and takes over Dunder Mifflin. The older woman.
Oh,
she has the dogs.
Joe Bennett.
Yeah, Joe Bennett. What's her real name though? Come on, man. How can we say that we're in
Kathy
video?
Bates.
Yes, Kathy Bates. Thank you. Kathy Bates is in it, and she's freaking incredible in Waterboy.
We couldn't remember the character name AJ the other
AJ,
day,
yeah.
and I think George and I literally burned brain
I
cells.
think I had a popped vein in my head.
And
'cause
he
I
wanted to
couldn't remember.
Google it. I wouldn't let him.
Yeah.
We're never ending this. I'm stopping this episode now because we got to record another one.
Okay.
So, thanks for watching. We're back. You can now say busy is a good problem, but you'll know. But we're gonna send you this link if anybody says that to us.
Secretly, we're mad at you if you say it.
Yeah, like extremely angry,
Yeah.
like raging.
Hey, but for real, being busy is kind of a good problem.
Yeah. Shout out to our clients though.
We love all of you, and no, I don't work until 3 a.m. anymore.
It's
It only happened a couple times.
I have one more joke to say.
Okay.
We may actually have to cut this out.
Okay.
My teacher in high school would say like, "I love all of you except for one of you. You know who you are." So I was gonna say, we love all of our clients except for one of you. You know who we are, but we can't say that.
I don't know who that would be.
Me neither. That's why it was. A
But
joke.
that is funny because it gives them like a complex. Ha ha ha! We gave you a complex. Ha ha!
we love all of our
it's
clients
a joke. You can
except
tell,
for one of you.
Ba-
No, it's kidding.
dude. This is obvious that we have gone crazy and we have snapped from how busy we've been, and this is the evidence right now that things are not okay, and we are asking for help.
Well, shout out to Mr. Dykema, the one that used to say that. I actually really liked him, but we love all of our fans.
Except for one of you. And you know who you are. All right, goodbye. This podcast was produced by Nick Golden with executive producer George Edmondson, edited by Nick Golden and Gavin Manning. Be sure to subscribe, drop a like and a comment. Tune in every Monday for brand new podcast content, and we'll see you on the next one.